Hello and a very happy new year from Pathway Education and Visa Services to you all. Today in this video, like always, we have our in-house Register Migration Agent, Mr. Umar. And in the video today, we will be discussing some of the inquiries that we received from our client regarding the visa options. Lately, we have been receiving a lot of inquiries mainly about the visa options, the options that the client has after their 485 expires. So, without any further ado, Mr. Omar, thank you for coming in the video and let's jump right into the question, what after 485?
Now, firstly, I would like to tell everyone Happy New Year to you and to your family, and may this year bring you lots of happiness, joy, and success. Now, going back to your question of 485, a lot of people's 485 is expiring. Especially people who has completed their bachelor and applied for TIAP back in 2021, and wanting to explore further options. Now, the mostly when I consult a client, they come up with some sort of option that they're given an option to go overseas, apply for a student visa, and come back. And eventually they can apply for visa A. But look, this option will not recommend because I also have some sort of strong evidence that people has been stopped over on the immigration when they are coming back to the country. Yes, you can travel on UTR and come back, but when you apply for a student visa on offshore, not on shore, that the department may stop you and cancel your current visa based on the genuine test criteria. So there are other options available. Maybe if you are a recent graduate, if you're working for someone, I would really encourage you to explore those options. Or if you are not sure about your options, yes, definitely, do not wait until the last moment to or just trying out an approach that is not really feasible for you, not an intention to deceive the Department of Home Affairs. That's the best advice I can give to all the people whose visa is expiring, especially plus 4 and 5.
Great. Among all these, what we have been hearing a lot these days that training visa 407 has become a very popular option. Everybody wants to go there.
Yes.
People think that it's a very easy visa and then they can get it. But can you put some light on what training visa actually is and who can actually apply for it?
Well, training visa has been very popular because if you're working for someone and your occupation is in the instrument that has been given by the minister, and for that particular surplus 407, it is basically has three different pathways. So first one is that you get professional recognition registration. Second one is that you wanna enhance your skill. So that means, you already work for someone in last 24 months for 12 months full time, and then you want to enhance your skill. But again, saying that the position you're going to be trained on has to be not the position that you should not have a 3 years experience and you want to be trained on the same occupation. So then the third option is that is a capacity building for overseas the people. But yeah, mostly the popular options, the most popular option is the second one and the first one. Second one is I would say the most popular option as of now with us, and then first one as well for the professional registration. Yeah, so that's about 407. It has been very popular. Yeah,
great. So while we are on the subject of 407, these days I've been seeing some of the TikTok videos from different companies, and also there's been a rumor about there is no review right if the 407 has been refused. So is it true or not? If that is the case, why people don't get the review rights on this kind of visa?
Right. Okay. So look, under Migration Acts, there are certain visas that are reviewable, and there are prescribed visas that are that are subject to review even though you apply from onshore. So what we have a concept, or some people have a concept, or some applicants have a concept, is that if I'm onshore, my visa would be reviewable. Okay. But some visas, prescribed visas such as surplus 482, I'm just giving examples, 407, even pen visa surplus 870. Now, those visas are subject to sponsorship approval or nomination approval. And let's say if your visa is refused based on the nomination and or the sponsorship, because 407 involves these three processes: temporary active sponsorship and nomination and the visa. So let's say if your temporary activity sponsorship has been refused and the employer hasn't put a review and of that decision, and your visa is refused, you will not have any review rights as per the regulations and the acts, the act of the act. That means some of the section 338 of the Migration Act. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is safe to say that it depends on how you present your case, and then if your nomination or the temporary activity sponsorship has been approved or not prior to your visa application, depends upon those kind of things. But
Exactly,
case-to-case basis,
exactly.
right?
Yeah. So I will advise if someone's 407, if the employer's TPP has been refused, and there's such strong grounds for refusal, or there's not such strong grounds of refusal, review it as soon as possible before the visa outcome comes. Then you can actually have a review right even if your visa is refused. Okay.
Great, great. I think that clears our confusion about 407 and clears a lot of the confusion about our client as well. And another, very popular confusion or the inquiry, let's say, we get from our client is that people now are getting RPL certificate and doing the skill assessment through RPL. Now that I'm aware that people can do RPL and can get the skill assessment based on their occupation, but what happens to their experience once they use that experience to get the RPL and the skill assessment? Can they still, claim the points when applying for the GSM visas or the employee sponsor visa? What happens to their experience?
Thanks for asking for this question. So now, when you are referring to RPL, so that means what occupations you're referring to, like
any trade occupation, let's say chef.
Chef. So let's say if they're going through RPL, they have to use the 3 years experience working as a chef and then having RPL. Now, there's a post-qualification and pre-qualification thing. So now, if let's say the requirement for a skill assessment is 3 years experience plus the RPL certificate, and RPL has been done today, and then you have 3 years experience and you have got the skill assessment approved. Nonetheless, look, has been a very contradictory, very much confusing for a lot of people.
Yes.
And I don't want to blame anyone, and it is sometimes very confusing for applicants or for some other professionals who are not specialized or dealing those cases. But one thing to remember is that any experience that is pre-qualification is not going to be accepted. Neither you can claim a point. Again, VADA says for VADA, this is a requirement that you use that 3 experience for chef, for example, to get the skill assessment. So that means that 3 years experience was the pre-qualification or the post-qualification. If it's the post-qualification, yes, you're all good to go. You can use that experience, right? But if there's a pre-qualification, you have to be very careful. You cannot claim any points from that.
Great. So it depends upon your profile again. So best thing is to reach out to us in case of those kind of confusion, and we'll help you understand if you can claim the points or not, because your small mistake can lead to the nomination refusal or invitation refusal, even the visa refusal as well.
Yeah, and regarding that, sorry to interrupt. I have seen a lot of people making these mistakes, having a skill assessment, putting it through, claiming points that is pre-qualification. Even though I personally keep them advised not to, but they went and they did it by themselves, and they ended up with 80. So all this hard work you're putting in, you have to make sure that you following the right path and you following the right way of doing it. So yeah, as you mentioned, you reach out to us. We're more than here to help you out.
Yeah.
If you are really close to your goal to your permanent residency.
Great. Yeah, that's pretty much all the questions I have today. And thank you, Omar, for clarifying all those inquiries, because we've been getting a lot of inquiries related to these questions. So I personally wanted to make the video, and we'll be making more of these videos very often. So make sure that you follow us on our social medias, TikTok, Facebook. We are everywhere, and then we'll keep on updating you on the latest migration trends, changes, and updates as well. So before I wrap up today's video, I would like to talk about some of the promotions that we have at the moment. we are doing student visa subclass 500 in only $440, doing TR visa subclass 485 in $330 only. And if your visa has been refused and you want to apply for ART, we are doing both the stages of ART in only $1,100 for both the stages. Not only that, we also have the promotion for the migration consultation. We are providing 50% discount for the migration consultation with our registered migration agent. So if you have any confusion, any doubts about any of your visa, please reach out to us and we'll help you throughout the process. Trust your pathway with Pathway Education and Visa Services. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much.